At the end of the day, when you boil everything down, there's really only two kinds of gun stores out there. What am I talking about? Guys, let's get into it. So, guys, when you get right into it, there's really just two different types of gun stores. And yeah, there's lots of variations in this and that. But I'm talking that when you boil this down, everything's going to fall in this column or that column. We're talking about the fact that some gun stores are just going to be no matter what, back the badge, I support the blue, and other gun stores are going to be the more I know my rights crowd. What am I talking about? So I'm an ex-state prosecutor criminal defense attorney here in the beautiful state of Wisconsin, coming to you from the top of Timms Hill. Beautiful little scenic background. Some of you guys have said that you like seeing different backgrounds. You can see there's different little things here. By the way, I just learned that the class of 2018 rules. In case you were unaware, just wanted to bring that PSA to you. Part of what we do at my firm is that we represent people in self-defense gun cases. We've got at any point in time about 15 to 20, give or take, self-defense firearm cases. And that means that between that and other firearm cases that we handle, we're dealing with kind of an ongoing need for experts, armors, gunsmiths, you name it. True story. I am taking one of my attorneys to different stores. We're looking for an expert, not our normal expert that we've got a Rolodex on, something a little bit different. Details don't really matter. He is not a gun guy. He's an extremely effective attorney, but he's not a gun guy. And I told him, look, when we're going into these stores, I want you to pay close attention because I want you to notice what some of these differences are. So, we went to two different gun stores. The first gun store, we walk in, it looks tactical. All the employees are wearing 511, all that kind of stuff. We kind of explain, look, here's what we're looking for. Someone who's going to be open to writing an expert report, testifying in open court on these sorts of issues. And we kind of explain, and of course we had the client's permission, but we explain what the fact pattern is. Now, they know that we're the defense attorneys, but they immediately kick into all of these different theories about, oh, yeah, no, okay, well, we can try to figure out that your guy is still guilty through all these different ways. No prompting, no framing, nothing. They just immediately went to that place. We go to gun store number two. It's the exact opposite experience. We walk in, no one's wearing 511, a lot more sort of hunting stuff, all that kind of stuff. Way less tactical, way more hunting, right? And now we're in the I know my rights store. Now, they're not anti-police. I'm not suggesting that they are, but you get the idea. We are now in the I know my rights crowd. And again, without any framing, without any prompting, we explain, look, this is what we're looking for. Here's the setup that we're looking to have an expert testifies about whether or not this sort of function of the firearm, the loading is all going to be possible, or is it impossible? And they immediately leap to the, yeah, I don't see how the prosecutor can prove that case, which I actually agreed with. And ultimately the charges were dropped at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, and this is the conversation that I had with my defense attorney colleague friend, all gun stores really just fall on these two different sides. Now, this is a different world that I see in the gun store place, in the Second Amendment space, than I suppose a lot of other people see. And I'm sure that there are exceptions, and I'm not suggesting that everyone at the 511 store is that way, and I'm not suggesting that everyone at more the hunting store is the other way. But this is something that I see that I bet a lot of you may not pay attention to. So I'm curious, what other, let me know in the comment section down below, what other kind of, yeah, the Second Amendment space, gun stores, ranges, you name it, it really kind of sorts into column A or B, or maybe it's A, B versus C. Let me know what those are down below. Because I tried out this theory on some other people that I know, and everyone kind of gave me the look of first like I'm an alien, and then they kind of backed off and they said, yeah, you're right. I never thought about it like that, but you're absolutely right. So hopefully you got something out of this. The bottom line that I guess I would suggest, aside from just the never really looked at it that way sort of thing. So how does this come back to you at the end of the day? Maybe you go to your local gun store because that's the only gun store around. Maybe you go there because they've got the better selection, the better prices, the whatever. Okay. But I bet at the end of the day, if you go to the two of those types of stores that I described, one of them probably feels a little bit more like home to you. Now, we know from every psychological study out there that we tend to spend time and associate with people that are like ourselves, right? That old expression of look at your four closest friends, five closest friends, you're probably the average of them. Do you think the same thing still holds true for gun stores? Now, again, I realize that not everybody is blessed with a wide selection. Not everybody has these opportunities to go to different places. I get it. I get it. We've got to control for that. But I suspect that for especially those of you who do have these options, that there's something to this. So that's all I had for you on this one. Really short. I'm just doing it while I'm up in northern Wisconsin right now for grouse hunting. It's about to be deer season. I had my family up here. I still have one of my kids with me up here, and the wife took the others down so I could try to leave you with these thoughts. And I'm going to close out with a little bit of a different quote. I don't have one written down. We're just going to go whiskey and freedom. Let me know your favorite Second Amendment quotes down below. I also thought about give me liberty or give me death or something like that, but we're just going to stick with whiskey and freedom. I look forward to reading your comments. I look forward to seeing what other really cool things you guys come up with. Be sure to hit that like and share button, share the video around. I wonder what your friends think about this too. Am I crazy? Am I off base or what's going on here? Got my favorite rough grouse hunting feather hat. I will see you in the next one. Take care.
Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this one, please feel free to check out some of our other great content, and we'll see you in the next one.